You know what they have for the headphones? They have little cat ears or little devil horns.
Maybe devil horns. I mean, you could put anything on there. A little hat. A bird.
Just a lamb. Like your Snow White. Alright, ready?
I was thinking Carrie. Carrie Bradshaw.
Oh, it was a bird. It was beautiful. Then why did her husband leave?
Yeah, why didn't you get married then? It's your fault for making bad fashion choices. Alright, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, and welcome back to Night Cheese Book Club. I'm your host, Suzanne, and my co-host here, Presley, is also my co-host in life.
Hello.
It's what my mother told me to say. If you are listening, this is a book podcast where we are going to talk books spoiler-free, and also the pressing issues of today. We're going to get deep into some themes.
I guess it is rather pressing.
Now more than ever.
Yeah, this feels real.
Totally.
Which I kind of like.
Yeah.
But today is a special episode, which you should mention.
Yeah, so we decided that when we hit multiples of 10, we're going to pick books that are special to us. So this time Presley picked. They're probably going to be older books because we're just going from our favorites.
Just the favorites.
Or a universally hated. Who knows? This one's a favorite.
You just made that up.
Well, listen, 20's just around the corner, and maybe I'll pick something outrageously hated and spicy.
Fine. You can waste your choice, but I'm choosing wisely.
We'll see if it's a waste. The fans will decide.
I don't know about any
In
of
the ring.
this. What?
I don't know. This is going to be Ready Player One and Fighting the Man.
One of my favorite books. I loved this book the first time that I actually listened to it on Audible. So, of course, for that, the narrator is Will Wheaton, which I guess, to come back to yours, is either I feel like universally loved or hated. And with the hated, I don't really understand because I find him quite charming. So I don't get it, but I love his voice. So I have listened to this Audible, I don't even know how many times. It's definitely a comfort book for me. So, like, if I'm on an airplane or something else and I'm like, I just need to listen to something, it's usually this is one of my go-tos.
Likewise, but not to that extreme.
Yeah, it's a comfort book, and I love this book. It's one of my favorite books.
Before we fully jump into all the book content, I did want to also add that we are just going to number our episodes from now on, and there are so many good books out there now. Don't be surprised if you're finding some extra content coming your way.
Yeah, it just
You
can't be
lucky
helped.
little ducks.
It just can't be helped, There's just too much out there, and we have to give the people what they want, which is more of us, apparently.
What the people do want to know is, what have you been doing since we last spoke?
Well, I guess I had more of an exciting weekend. I actually went to Disney World for the weekend. I went down there with my boyfriend to pick up our, we're both annual pass holders, so to pick up our magnets, and that was really fun. I'm new to the pass holder scene, so do I regret spending money to get one? No, I'm not upset about that at all, and it wasn't.
Were you about to say $10,000?
No, oh my god, no.
It's just half that. It's fine.
It's not even a half. Well, actually, now that you said 10,000, makes me feel a little bit better about what I spent on it, but it's still
exorbitant.
Yeah, for me, exorbitant. Not because I don't live in a trailer. What are you talking about?
That's the man you gotta fight.
And it is, and how dare you? Listen, it brings me joy. So, I don't know. But we had a really fun weekend. We went down there, and we went on some rides, and we had a lot of food. I had a lot of food. And, yeah, overall, it was just a great weekend, and it was really fun, except, my goodness, it was hot down there in Florida. Especially in the direct sunlight. It felt like my organs were cooking, and I was the oven.
Britt asked me if you were there, and she said, why would you go there? Because currently the air is the devil's breath.
Yes, but it was for the magnets, so really we didn't have to spend too much time like doing stuff outdoor. Like there's a lot of stuff to do indoors there with air conditioning and stuff, so it wasn't too bad. But I also had a really good time and drank a lot of margaritas and rode Grand Fiesta. What were you up to back here in jolly old Indy?
It's gonna sound bad, but not bad. Boring, not even boring.
After my story, of course.
Yeah, clearly.
I thought you weren't going to agree.
I think people can tell that We'll move on. So for me, everyone's medical stuff is wrapping up. So, yeah, there was some more surgery recoveries. Luckily, everything went great. And, yeah, my services as a nurse are no longer constant.
So, what do you just...
I don't even know who I am now.
You just trickle away?
No, I become a cloud of joy. The further I get away from that. Nurses, am I right?
That can involve it, though. You just, like an umbrella and you just go out into the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I just float up and away.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
Yeah.
But that's great. I'm really happy for you and our mom and Phil and myself, I guess. Even though I didn't have any medical stuff.
I'm also happy for myself.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's good.
So, are we getting back to...
Yeah, so let's jump into it. Who is Ernest Cline?
He also wrote Armada and Ready Player 2, obviously, the sequel to the first book.
And the screenplay for the movie. I think he's done some, screenplay-y stuff.
Yes.
He's also a slam poet.
Yes, I am. So, and he's just...
I don't mean to laugh, Ernest. I'm sorry.
He's just... Yes, Ernest. I love your books. That feels very earnest.
Ernest.
Yeah, you just think of Ernest and,
he's coming to fudge some stuff up.
I love Ernest. But, he's just a big nerd. He loves video games, all that kind of stuff, which is what this book is. It's just a love letter to video games and to virtual things and to the internet. And, I love that.
And the 80s, just the whole...
And the 80s. And who doesn't love that mashup? Especially people, I feel like it's prime for, these people who, at, some point in their life, saw the internet bloom, or like me, grew up with it. But you like older stuff too, so either you're from that generation, or like me, you can appreciate that generation. You know a lot of things from it, so you get a lot of this. But, it's great. But it's also apparently from Ohio.
Yeah.
Strange.
So many things happen in and around Ohio.
But, what do you even do there?
It's, okay, so it seems like one of those states where you're like, what do you even do there? What's a Delaware? Ohio actually has, a ton of stuff, and, weird things happen there all the time.
I've never been, personally.
I haven't spent a ton of time there, but I always like it.
It's,
such a weird mix of, East Coast bled into the Midwest. I think that's technically Midwest, right? I don't even know.
I wouldn't, just because it's up too high.
I think it counts as that.
But
it's definitely not the East Coast.
Well, no, I wouldn't consider it East Coast.
Is it its own thing?
Kind of, because, what is Michigan? So, anyway, well, when, the
middle piece.
The apocalyptic nightmare happens and we're in a dystopia, I'll move to Ohio. And that'll be that, because apparently that's where, everybody's moving. Are we still doing the synopsis?
Yeah, so we're going to start just reading you the synopsis from the backs of the books, because as long as it's a good one.
Although, it's funny because we are a book club and, obviously reading books and stuff, listening to you read the other book. I feel like it puts a lot of pressure on my reading.
Where you're instantly in class and you're like, okay.
I swear I can read.
If David and Mary are in front of me, then I'm going to have to read this part and I'm going to practice it in my head.
And then as soon as I open my mouth, it's the wrong word. Or I switch the two first letters of a different word.
And you accidentally say fart.
Exactly. Okay,
fart.
Okay, I'll give this a go. In the year 2044, reality is an ugly place. The only time teenage Wade Watts really feels alive is when he's jacked into the virtual utopia known as the Oasis. Wade's devoted oh no,
What's happening?
Hi, Porky Pig. Wade's devoted his life to studying the puzzles hidden within the world's digital confines, puzzles that are based on the creator's obsession with the pop culture of decades past and that promise massive power and fortune to whoever can unlock them. But when Wade stumbles upon the first clue, he finds himself beset by players willing to kill to take this ultimate prize. The race is on, and if Wade's going to survive, he'll have to win and confront the real world he's always been so desperate to escape. Yeah, this book's awesome.
It really is. I mean, it is the quintessential hero's journey plot line and just very much like an adventure tale. The first time I read it, I was so sucked in, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing, and I have to stop everything else that I'm going to do to find out what happens next.
I literally still remember the first time I read it, like, listening to it at work. I just was so entranced by it, and, like, what's funny is, I re-listen to it, I still get the same feeling. Like, with some stuff, I'm like, oh, it's done, but, like, I'm still just as entranced when I start listening to it, because, like, I just love this book.
It's really good. It's got so much. It really does a great job of touching on, like, different pop culture references from the 80s in, like, a fun way. And
all of the characters.
Well, yeah, in the hero's journey, like, there's just so much to identify with as Americans, feeling so helpless against your government and feeling so, like, stuck in this situation where society is just, like, going to this place where it's, like, about not actually living and about living in, like, a fantasy world where, you know, you're addicted to your phone and you're like...
Well, because when you're in these fantasy worlds, it doesn't matter that you're poor. It doesn't matter if you're...
It takes everything else away.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter if you're poor. It doesn't matter anything.
Well, and truly, like any other addictive substance, your brain goes somewhere else where you're just in, like, some dopamine pleasure zone where, like, nothing matters, really.
God, I love it there.
Don't we all? Everybody's got their thing that takes them there.
But that's why. Have you ever played, like, any of these immersive games?
No, I don't like... Sorry, hot take. I don't like video games. I could be convinced to play a round of Mario Kart or I like
not
Tetris.
What I'm talking about.
I don't like video games.
I mean,
I just can't. They just don't hold my attention.
Those games have a place. I'm just talking more immersive ones where, like, you have this, like, avatar that you were just like that.
No, once a boy tried to get me to play World of Warcraft, and I thought that it made me feel very nauseous, and I didn't understand the point.
Probably his stench. But
no, he was a clean one.
Yeah. He was the clean one on what sort of scale?
If there's a scale, he's on the cleaner end of it.
But yeah, because all the stinky ones play Yu-Gi-Oh.
I don't discriminate.
Who was your favorite character?
Oh, it's hard to say because I think that I feel conflicted about some of the characters.
Well, you're deciding.
But I would say off the bat, H.
I was going to say H.
Well, stop being like me.
Yeah, that's true. Our opinions are too. Okay.
I mean, who doesn't love a sassy sidekick?
Yeah.
And what a reveal.
And, like,
I don't know how this would, you know, we're not going to spoil it for you, but it's the movie's so big, the book's so big. So I would be surprised if you didn't know. But still, we're not going to spoil it. But what a reveal.
It's great, but I don't know, like, the dialogue between those two characters is hilarious. And it's such a real friendship, and it's so good. And, like, especially just when they're insulting each other and, like, going back and forth, like, it just feels so real. Like, especially online, like, you just have those friendships. I don't know if, like, anybody else, because, like, I don't know if you had the same thing because you're a little bit older than I am, because I'm 30, obviously, so, like,
Obviously.
obviously, if you didn't know, I grew
What
up.
wrinkles gave it away?
What wrinkles? I don't know. This is, I could bounce a quarter off my face. No, I could. I grew up with the internet, so, like, I was on it a lot. I spent, I would say, the majority of, like, my teen years online. So, like, I had a lot of online friends. And it's really funny to me that there are people out in the world walking around who, like, we used to be, like, good friends. Like, we spent a lot of time together online. And it's wild to me that, like, I don't really know those people. And they're walking around. I wonder if they think the same thing about me.
Maybe they died during COVID. We can't know.
That's, I don't, listen,
Maybe they're
Aaron,
on Wall
Jacob,
Street.
if you're out there, I'm on Instagram.
Please contact us. Night Cheese Book Club.
Yeah, it just is funny.
gmail.com.
It's funny to me that, like, people, I don't know, that you have friendships like that, but I think it's nice. I also, what I really liked about this story was, like, the romance portion of it. It was, I think, very good of, like, you know, like a young love.
I think it was definitely very, like, you know, it really summed up that feeling. And maybe just because I was not young when I read it, young-ish, whatever, like, Wade's depressive period is so off-putting.
But I think it has to be a young love in that sense because of the way that he acts. Only, like, a younger person would accept that, because as an older woman, I'm like, shut up.
Well, and every now and then I just got, like, this vibe that he was, like, controlling, and I'm like, no, ditch him, sis.
Well, I mean, I think it's just because, you know, like, when you're young like that, you just get jealous and you get all crazy.
Obsessive.
Because I certainly don't do that, especially not now.
Ladies, listen, if you're young right now, you get older and you learn to love yourself the most.
Yes.
And then it puts everything else in your life in perspective.
Yeah, like having that boy like you back, it just really doesn't seem that important anymore.
It's not like an end-all be-all if you like yourself best.
Yeah, but don't you miss that feeling?
No.
God, it's crazy. It's funny. You're supposed to have those feelings when you're younger. It makes you, like,
I think that it's good for you, but at the same time, I don't know.
You're supposed to. What do you just grow up and you're perfect? No, you're supposed to be a little crazy.
It's good to
Especially
be a
with all
little
those
crazy.
hormones. You're supposed to be like a...
But how much
a
more could
weirdo.
I have gotten done if I wasn't chasing that high?
Yeah, but, like, that's just who you are, too. You're a barnacle.
I'm a Pisces.
Yeah, the barnacle. The barnacle of the zodiac. I hope you know that.
There's a barnacle holding the fish together.
No, it's clinging to the fish. Keep that in mind.
It's never as good as in your head as a Pisces to a Pisces.
No, because you guys... Okay, this episode is not about the zodiac, but I will say, you guys... your heads are in the cloud, so just...
It's better there.
Well, then that comes back to the Oasis, which is what the virtual reality in this book is called. And it sounds awesome, where it's just like, it's an immersive thing that you, like, have, it's sort of like what they have now with the VR, where it's like you've got the gloves and the visor and stuff, and you just plug in and you're in this other world where you can be doing all these things that you can't do out here. Granted, now that you brought up the movie earlier, the movie and the book, very different, I think. Like,
Yeah,
some of the same main scenes occur, but, like, the movie is just... I thought the movie was okay, but the book is just so good that the movie pales in comparison to it. Like, the book is a totally different story, and it has so much more. And, like, the movie has, like, 90s stuff mixed in and all that kind of stuff, where, like, I like that the book is just the 80s. So...
Don't recall that. But,
Well,
yeah,
like,
I mean,
the Iron
they're
Giant
just
was
really...
in the movie, and I was like,
Oh.
what is that doing in there? That's not right. Well,
Well, I mean, you know,
so, I mean,
that's
I
more
just...
modern's character.
But that's what I'm saying. I just like that the book was more the 80s, because it's more, like, niche and, like, I don't know.
It was cool. And it was just like, It's one of those things where, like, with a hero's journey, it's just so immersive anyway that you can't capture that screen by screen because it would take 18 hours.
Which they should have just made it into a show.
Well, write a screenplay and pitch it as a miniseries.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, good luck.
I have time to do this and my work and that. Actually, maybe one day I will because this book deserves it and it's amazing and I'd love for that to happen. Anyway.
I'm sure it's happened throughout time, but with any kind of sci-fi, it is wild how much the parallels come up into reality now.
Oh, definitely.
Like, I think that if AI had been more of a thing before, like, that really would have influenced the book a lot more. But even as it is, it's like our worlds are so computerized now. It's literally integral to every hour of every day. It's crazy. For the majority of people, it's crazy.
No, definitely. Where it knows too much.
Too much, really.
Although, I mean, what can I do?
Even, like, I mean, I'm not really computer-y, but I still, you know, it's like integral to what I do every day. And even to be able to read books, it's like put so much more into that.
Yeah. It's not really too much in...
And it has shaped the way that people do things in terms of, like, committing crimes. It used to be so easy.
What, to commit a crime?
Oh, yeah. Now your phone's
yeah.
tracking you.
Now it's harder to commit crimes, really.
Any kind of... You raise your voice anywhere and 10 people are filming you.
Yeah, like there's just cameras everywhere. There's face recognition stuff. Your phone's pinging off of stuff. Like, if you want to do something, you really got to do it. You got to
do it sans computer.
Not that you should. Yeah,
we're not condoning that.
Yeah, I don't like when you talk like that. It makes me scared.
The last episode, you kept talking about bombs.
I don't
We're
know
gonna
what
get
you're
on a list.
I don't know what you're
combining
talking
all these
about.
words together.
Okay, I do know
Scratch
what you're
that,
talking
everyone.
I'm already on lists, so this doesn't matter. I just won't be able to adopt.
I think it was a really good...
Not that I'm on a weird list about children. I'm not. I don't like children at all. I said that I'm on a list and I won't be able to adopt. Do you listen when I talk?
No. Why would you want to adopt even? Sorry,
That's what I'm
if you
saying.
want
I just
to.
don't like children.
Some people
I don't
do.
want
Some
to kill
people
them or
don't.
nothing, though.
Listen, we're going to move on.
Are we playing a game or what?
Oh, yeah, let's go to the game.
Okay. So this is lightning round game. So I'm going to do 10 questions.
I'm worried.
I'm going to do 10 questions, and you're just going to answer them as quickly as you can.
Without cursing. Okay.
Yeah, no cursing. And these are all, I thought, because of the book, it's going to be 80s themed.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be good. Okay, question 1. What color in the movie Heathers did Winona Ryder wear? Or Veronica Sawyer?
I thought it was like electric blue.
Yeah, blue. Okay. Also, some of these can be personal. Freddie or Jason?
Freddie.
Why?
I guess I watched that one first and it was more terrifying.
Okay. And Ian's just sexier, in his opinion. Did you cry during Land Before Time?
Yeah, always.
Who didn't? Yeah. What is Doc Brown's catchphrase from Back to the Future?
I'm among the few who don't.
It's
care
Great
for
Scott.
that. Oh.
Sing Purple Rain with me.
Purple rain, purple rain. Did I send you a TikTok of, R.I.P. if you dig him, of Prince falling off the stage?
I didn't.
Owie! Did it? Ow!
Yeah, no, I love Prince. So funny. Finish the line. There can be only...
One Highlander.
That's me cutting Suzanne's head off. Name of the man dog in Spaceballs.
Oh, I don't remember. Something sweaty.
No.
George?
No.
Fred?
It's Barf.
Oh, right. You know, I don't...
And she said, not in here, mister. This is a Mercedes. Yeah, lost on you.
Mm.
Who are the minions that replace the flying monkeys in Return to Oz?
Oh, the scary wheel guys.
Scary Wheel Guys. Great name for them. The Wheelers.
Well, that's what I said.
If anybody's seen that movie, that nightmare that they made into a movie, Return to Oz, one of my favorite movies. It's
Farisa Balk is so
she's so
beautiful and so cool.
and so good at acting. Her face is perfect.
What a face.
But like that movie is it's so good. It's so scary. Why is it a children's movie?
Yeah, it's really scary.
It's horrifying. I love it. That room with all the heads. Go
I
watch
think she
it.
owns like a witch shop in LA now.
You know what? That doesn't surprise with a face
Hello,
like that.
Nancy.
Which city do Charlie and Itchy live in? All dogs go to heaven.
Huh. I don't know.
You do know.
Charlie and Itchy?
Yeah.
Vegas?
No,
It's a pretend city.
New Orleans.
Oh, right.
It's a
New
parade
Orleans.
floats.
Right.
You gotta rewatch, man.
Right.
Okay, and the last one. Who did frame Roger Rabbit?
It was the guy with the red face and the glasses.
Okay.
And the slicker.
Yeah, we'll get Judge Doom. We'll give you that.
Okay.
Pointy dagger eyes. You know?
Like
Yeah.
Mother.
Who else do we know like that?
Sorry.
But, yeah, that was fun. I just love 80s trivia. It's great. So, that was fun. We'll say that you did lose and I won, but you
We're not
did
gonna say
really
that.
good.
Right. Mm-hmm. All right, well, moving on, I guess we'll go to everyone's favorite segment, the haiku.
Oh, that was jarring.
I forgot, and I turned it up too fast.
Hey, but it's poem
Well,
time.
you're welcome for waking you
Yeah,
up
now that
on your
we're-
drive home. You.
Here, you go first, because I feel like you should.
Okay. Before you know it, dystopia is upon us. Don't give in too soon.
I wouldn't say they gave in too soon.
I'm just, prophetically saying that for everyone now.
Yeah, but who wants to give in?
I think that any hero's
You're dooming
journey...
us all.
No, I think a hero's journey tale is to bolster the spirit of independence and courage and triumph. So
Okay,
I'm
fair
just
enough.
trying to extend that. The
Sure.
cheese that I'm pairing this with is a bulk American cheese.
I can see it. Yeah, some government cheese.
Government
Is that still a
cheese.
thing? Nah.
Sure.
You get, I don't know.
It's there somewhere. But that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Some plasticky cheese.
Okay. I guess it is my turn then.
Yeah, what's your haiku?
In the Oasis, find the eggs and win the prize. Money can't buy friends.
What a lesson.
I paired mine with a cheese pizza because some gnarly, radical skateboarding turtles seem to like it a lot. So we'll all just take a
And who didn't have like a slice of some crappy cheese pizza?
It like the pizza looks delicious
So
and it's all
cheesy.
gooey and delicious, and then that cake with that cherry on it, and everything's bouncy for some reason.
The sparkly alligator song.
Even or like Dog Heaven, it just looks
Ooh,
amazing.
the gemstones on the carpet.
Yep. And that like the lion and the lamb that are asleep together. I want to go there.
Beautiful.
I want to go, but I'm not a dog, so
You'll never
well.
make it. Not in this life.
I could if I behave myself,
Probably not.
or I become a man dog. But I don't know what my name would be.
Elios.
My name would be Elios. Oh,
After the cheese pizza.
yeah, that's a good name for a dog. Elios.
Yeah. Elio.
And they are good pizzas, I have to say, because I haven't had one since, probably grade school. But I'd like to think that it's still in there because it's made of like weird cardboard.
I think it would need some doctoring.
It's still a part of me. Actually, yeah, I guess that is. You used to spice them up a bit, and they were quite good.
If you weren't adding your own oregano, what are you doing?
Oregano. I just meant more cheese.
Well, that too. That goes without saying. That's our theme.
Oh,
It's on
yeah.
brand for us.
Well,
All right. Well, I guess that brings us to the end of our program.
Which, if you took anything from this episode, it's go read Ready Player One if you haven't already. I
Really
cannot
read
stress.
it.
If you love sci-fi, this is the book.
If you just even like the 80s or an adventure
Or
tale,
having fun.
or if you like fun,
Yeah, go read this book. It's such a fun book to read.
what are you thankful for this week?
I said vacations with my boyfriend just because we went to Disney and stuff, and like every time we go on vacation, it's so much fun, and like I just have such a great time, and I feel so lucky to like be able to go on vacation to begin with, because like I know how much of a luxury that is, and like I feel so grateful for that, but also to like have found someone that like likes to do the things I want to do, and like, you know, wants to be weird with me and like do these things and go to these places where like, you know, it's just fun. Again, like I just love having fun. So like I feel very lucky to be able to do that, because it's a luxury not everybody can have, and like with the job that I have and all that stuff, it can afford me to something. So like I feel super grateful. What are you grateful for, dear sister?
It's funny that mine is also related to what I recently did. I said modern medicine. I mean, really, like, it just...
Thanks for fixing our mama's eyes.
Yeah, Phil, like, it really makes
and poor Philip's back.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference to have such a, you know, it has its flaws. It's a very bureaucratic system. There's a lot wrong, but there's also a lot right. And, like, the surgeon that we worked with is just amazing and like such a talented person, and I'm just really grateful that he's good at what he does and that everything worked out well.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Radical.
Yeah, tubular.
Cowabunga.
Yahoo! I don't know why I did that. I sounded like Merlin.
He sounded like somebody's grandpa. Who's also a wizard.
It just felt right.
All right, well, that will wrap us up for the Ready Player One episode. Guys, what are you doing if you're not going to like and subscribe literally everything we make? So get on that.
Yeah, being a poo head.
Yeah, feel free to leave us some comments.
I know, talk to us.
We'll read them on air. Leave us a haiku. Somebody do it.
Just leave one.
Yeah, we got some pity ones from friends, but...
It just doesn't hit the same.
Listen, we love them.
No idea. They were good.
They were good. I don't know that anyone else could top them.
You won't know till you try, huh, guys?
You won't know till you try. And with that, we will leave you till our next episode.
Au revoir, everyone.
Bye. As always, if you like this one, check out our other videos, subscribe, find us on Instagram.